So polite incest would have been okay as long as your sisters had never sucked dick or taken dick up the butt. Marshall Mathers the Fourth, you sister simping sociopath. It's been a long time, Isaac. You're not the only one who hasn't been able to make videos because he's been working so much. That's also the case with me. That, and I promised I'd lay off you a bit if you got a job, which I have been doing, but I've also been working a lot. I was working 7 days a week for a while earlier this year, starting back in April, but it's calming down a little bit now. But honestly, I think at the very least, I need to start making videos about you again. I'll probably keep my word about the Instagram leaks as long as you keep your job. You better keep your job. Otherwise, the Instagram leaks will start up again. But, like, seriously, I feel like I need to start making videos about you again because of the shit that came out about your sisters. And Slim, I know you know who Slim is. Slim used to be somebody else named after a video game, but is now going by Slim. I think they feel the same way, that making videos against you again is justified because of the stuff about your sisters. Like, what the fuck were you thinking? Marshall, you do not know when to keep your mouth shut. I know Pembroke made a response to that as soon as that info got released. And that was thanks to Jill, who caught it and put it on her channel for everybody to see. That, you know, that guy who egged you on to say that was just trolling you, right? He was just trying to get you to say how you really feel, because that whole video you made in response to now known as Slim, saying, oh, I don't have desires for my sisters anymore and all this stuff. Now we know that was all bullshit, because you completely did a 180 and said, oh, well, if they had never sucked dick or taken dick up the butt, I'd be okay with some polite incest with them. You're fucking sick. You're fucking sick. And not only that, you know, Marshall, you have the unique ability, this is like truly your gift, to make yourself look worse each and every time you open your mouth. I mean, seriously, I haven't done like any kind of video on you since you did the Your Favorite Son interview or the Spooky interview, any of that. And like in the Your Favorite Son interview, you go and said, oh, well, you know, when I was a kid, I caught a snake and I put it in with all these biting ants, and the ants were all biting the snake, and the snake started freaking out. And I thought it was just such the coolest and like most fascinating thing. And everybody was commenting and saying, wow, this guy's a fucking serial killer. That's like the first sign that he's a serial killer. They hurt animals. And then on the Spooky interview, he, you know, and I really give Spooky props for this. He was interviewing you and trolling you simultaneously, and you didn't catch on. I mean, he like completely egged you on to say that, oh, well, you know, I do still get off to underage girls. But you know what? The underage girls, they're not naked. And I only get off to their burps and farts, so it's not even bad. It's still bad. If anything, it's even worse. It's disgusting. Like, what the fuck were you thinking? And then he and Your Favorite Son both revealed that you follow like a ton of underage girls on your Instagram account and your TikTok. So, yeah, you're still a pedo. All these attempts you've made to try to backpedal and say, oh, I'm not a pedo anymore. I only like girls 18 and older. It was all lies. And, you know, you started out, you know, obviously, as we know, with your infamous video of, I want a 14, 15-year-old African-American girl to be my girlfriend really badly. And I want her to burp and fart on command. You go from that to, well, no, I'm not into 14, 15-year-olds. I'm just into girls 18 and older now. To then going in the Spooky interview, well, yeah, I still do like underage girls, and I still do get off to underage girls, but it's only their burps and farts, and they're not naked, so I don't think it's bad. To then on your TikTok, and Jill also posted this and outed you for this, saying, well, yeah, you know what? I am still into underage girls, but I'm an ephebophile. So I'm not a pedophile. I'm an ephebophile, and I'm only into underage girls of a certain age group. So it's not that bad. And not even your little black pill incel buddies were buying into that. They were all still calling you a pedo and saying, I can't be friends with a pedo. I'm unfollowing you. And you're like, well, no, damn it, I'm not a pedophile. I'm an ephebophile. There's a difference. Marshall, nobody sees a difference. You're a pedophile, plain and simple. You're an incest pedophile. God, Marshall, you need to learn to keep your mouth shut. But actually, I almost don't want to say that because you give us more ammunition and more stuff to make fun of you every time you open your mouth. You really thought people were going to buy into that ephebophile thing? No, nobody's even heard of that word. Nobody even knows what an ephebophile is. Everyone just sees you as a pedophile because that's what you are. You know what? I really do believe that what's next for you is you're going to come out and say, you know what? I just can't help it. I'm a minor attracted person. Like some of these pedos have been saying, like they want representation on the rainbow pride flag. They want their own colors on it because, oh, that's just part of our sexual orientation. We can't help who we are. We're just minor attracted people. And the gay pride people, they went and said, oh, you need to like get away from us. You're not getting representation in our community. We don't want anything to do with you guys. We're not giving you a color on the flag. But that's probably what you're going to do. You're going to jump on the bandwagon and say, I'm just a minor attracted person. Marshall, don't sugarcoat it. You're a pedophile and you're an incest creep. And Marshall, not only that, but your own stupidity got your whole family doxxed, and now everybody knows what your sisters look like too, and their first and last names. Which I will say on here, because it's already been revealed anyway, I'll stop short of sharing your home address, which I do know your home address, and so do all the other trolls, because of your own stupidity. Your own stupidity got your entire family doxxed and your home address doxxed. And you were stupid enough to post it on web forums thinking that people were going to buy you your gaming computer and ship it to your house. But yeah, so we all know that your mom's name is Lisa Holmes. We know your dad's name is Scott Holmes, and we've all seen his hippie gospel music. And we know you have a brother named Noah Holmes, another brother named Jonah Holmes. You have your sister Anna Holmes, who's a sex worker and a stripper, and now she's a DJ in New York. And she like dresses up in like clown makeup sometimes. And then we have your sister Susie Holmes, which is the one you were creeping on. And we also have your youngest sister Bina Holmes, the one who has floating harbor syndrome. And I've seen pictures of all of them. My thumbnail is a picture of one of your sisters, after all. Marshall, what the fuck are you thinking by oversharing all this stuff? Look at how much damage you've done to your own reputation and now your family's reputation. And I remember in your DMs with me on Instagram, you told me that like you're not telling anyone in your family that they've been doxxed online in addition to you because you're too like embarrassed and afraid to tell them that your own actions got them doxxed on YouTube, and that everybody in the whole little Marshall clan that we have knows their names, what they look like, where they live, all that. Like, Marshall, you like need to learn to keep your mouth shut if you don't want this to get any worse. I mean, I'm just glad that nothing has like come of the fact that your address got leaked, because I know that you were scared for a while that like, you know, some people that don't like you are going to show up at your house. Nobody has. I don't want anybody to show up at your house. You said that Scott Holmes would come out with a rifle anyway if anybody ever did. But it's stupid. And I hope that if your family ever moves, that you at least have common sense this time to like not do anything that'll dox your address again. And Marshall, I want to reiterate again, you really, really should not tell anybody at your job about your YouTube channel. Just don't. And I almost like don't want to encourage you to tell people about your channel, to let people know about your channel. I don't want to encourage it. I want to discourage it because, and I don't want to give you this idea. If anybody from your job found out about your YouTube channel, and then they would automatically find out about all the stuff with your sisters and you liking 14, 15-year-olds and burps and farts and all that, because it's so closely tied to your channel, you would be so embarrassed and humiliated that you would never want to show your face in that workplace ever again. And how do I know this? Because you told me a long time ago when I asked you, like, oh, well, I can't move in with my cousins in California. And I said, why? And you said, well, they saw my videos about my fetishes and they know I'm into burps and farts and I'm too embarrassed to see them. I don't like them for other reasons, but that's one of the main reasons, is because they know I like burps and farts. And what I meant by I don't want to give you this idea is I don't want you to think, oh, that's my way out. I'm going to go and tell people at my job about my YouTube channel. They're going to find out all this shit about me, and then I'm going to quit my job because I'm going to be too embarrassed to work there again. Marshall, that would be a terrible mistake. The trolling will get so much worse if you quit your job. And I heard through the grapevine that you're considering quitting your job. You better not do it because, like I already said, the Instagram leaks will start again. Do not quit your job, Marshall. And learn to keep your mouth shut. Those are 2 key takeaways from this video. And what I'm trying to think of something else I wanted to add in. There was something else. I forget now. But anyway, just stay off of YouTube for the most part. It's not doing you any good, Marshall. Like, if you want to just come on here once in like a month and do your super long video, I think that's what I wanted to talk about was this. You're just regurgitating too. That video you posted about a month ago, that was like all shit we've already heard before. You've literally made that video word for word again. You just regurgitated the same shit for an hour and a half straight. Like, Marshall, if you're gonna come on YouTube only once in a while because you have to work, don't you think it'd be more worth your time to talk about something that you haven't already talked about 10 million times and we already know everything about that topic? Like, I know that, Eminem put out the death of Slim Shady. Don't you want to make 50 million videos about how he got it released on the wrong date and how it torments you emotionally and mentally that Eminem didn't release it on this date and this year at this time of day? I would have thought you would have made a whole slew of videos about the death of Slim Shady, but you haven't made one video about it. You only made an hour and a half long regurgitated video about some shit we already have heard a bunch of times. Like, if you're going to be on YouTube, I think that it is better if you just, like, make one video every month or so. And it is bullshit that you're saying, oh, I need all day to record a video. I need it to, it's an all day process. It's an all day thing. I need the whole day free to record a video. No, you don't. You think that I need all day to record my videos? Like, we literally do the same thing, same format. We just turn our camera on, face ourselves with the camera lens, and hit record. That's it. That's all we have to do. Turn the camera on, stand in front of it, hit record. Like, it's no effort whatsoever. You don't edit it. I lightly edit my videos sometimes. I'm not editing this one. I'm way too busy with work still to run my video through editing software. So if I've been tripping over my words, anyone, please forgive me. I have no time to put anything through editing software. Cut cut any of this video clips. I'm just recording this, posting it as is. And I actually already had this video pre-recorded like over a month ago in response to all the shit that's happened with Marshall. But then there's been new developments like this stuff with his sisters, and I had to start over from scratch again because I had to respond to the new stuff about the polite incest. But Marshall, the trolling is ramping up again because of the polite incest. You were just a fucking moron to buy into what that guy was doing. And now it's really going to come back to bite you. I fear for your sisters, Marshall. Stay away from them, you creep. And please get yourself some help. You're saying, no, damn it, I'm not going to ever go to get mental health help. It won't do anything for me. You need to get mental health help. I told you that you need to go back to that institution that you were in back when you were 20. You won't go. And you said, like I've already talked about this in one of my older videos. You said that you want to be actually professionally examined by mental health professionals to see what's going on in your head. They'll do that at that facility you were in back when you were 20, but you won't go. You won't go. Take like even just like a short-term residency there so they can examine you and tell you what's going on in your head. You won't even do that. I think you need to be there longer. I think you need like a 6-month stay at the very least, if not longer. But no, you won't do that. You won't even stay a day there. You just want to just fantasize about the burps and farts of 14, 15-year-olds and your sisters. And it's fucking sick and disgusting. And not even your little black pill buddies have your back. How does it feel that even other incels who are black pilled make fun of you because of your fetishes and because you're a fucking pedo and weirdo? Not even your little black pill buddies that you suck up to and think that you're like best friends and they're like my brethren. Not even they have your backs. They even laugh at you. They're like, I've seen on the internet other incels who share a lot of the same ideology as you, but they're still pointing and laughing at you because of some of these beliefs you hold. And you'll probably come back and say, oh, they're not true incels then. True incels are like me, who like burps and farts because that's so based and different to like burps and farts. And they shouldn't ever like dick sucking or butt fucking because that's just disgusting and immoral. And if they're into that, they're not really incels. Yes, they are. I mean, by definition, if they want to have sex, but they're not, they're still incels. And who cares about the fact that they want to get their dick sucked and you don't? They still want sex and they're not getting it. You want sex and you're not getting it. You just want a different kind of sex that is really weird and really bizarre. Even you yourself have claimed it's weird and bizarre. But you say, oh, I like being this way. I'm so set apart and so different and I'm so based because I like burps and farts. No, you're not based. You're fucking disgusting and weird. And yeah, you'll get made fun of for your burps and farts. And you've learned that the hard way multiple times. You didn't learn that the first time when you told everybody in your high school that you were into burps and farts, all your like the guys you knew, and then they told everybody in the school. And that's one of the reasons why you dropped out of high school, in addition to never getting a girlfriend, is because you told these guys at school that you like burps and farts, and they told other people, and the whole school started making fun of you. So that's one of the reasons you dropped out as well, that you don't like to talk about as much. And then you don't learn from that. You go on YouTube and make videos about it, which is the equivalent to telling the whole world that you like burps and farts, and you're putting your face to those fetishes. And yeah, you are telling the whole world, because there's people in Europe, like Jill, like Marshall Mathers the 7th, who are making fun of you for burps and farts. Everybody across all of the continents on planet Earth know that you like burps and farts and are pointing and laughing at you. How does that make you feel? And yet you still come back on YouTube, you still open your big fat mouth, and you make it worse for yourself. like you said, oh, something really bad happened to me earlier this year and I don't want to talk about it. And someone got it out of you right away in the comments that the FBI came to your house again, which I don't even know what that's about. I don't know why they came to your house again. You probably did something bad, something we probably don't know about. They had their reasons to go back to your house, obviously. Isn't that a sign that you should just stay off the internet, keep your head down, and keep working? I think it is, Marshall. I think it is. I think you should stay off YouTube, TikTok, Instagram for the most part. Just keep your head down, keep working, and make money. Oh, and this is another thing that I forgot to mention earlier that I wanted to mention. Like, now that you have a job and you're making money, why don't you do the same thing like I'm doing and set money aside to move out of your parents' house? Don't you think it's about time? You're approaching 30. I already turned 31 earlier this month. But, you know, you're approaching 30. You're going to be 30 in 6 months. You're not going to be 30 in 6 months. I misspoke. You're going to be 28 in 6 months, and then you're going to be 2 years away from turning 30. So you're 2.5 years away from turning 30. So, Marshall, don't you think it's time to get the ball rolling on moving out of your parents' house? You have a little bit of a head start to me because you're a little bit younger than me. It doesn't feel good to reach your 30s to still be living at home. I made a lot of poor financial decisions that led to it. And you can learn from my mistakes, be smarter with your money, save up and leave your parents' house. And Pembroke had a good idea, is why don't you get your brothers Noah and Jonah Holmes, and you three pool your money together and you move into a house together with them. The three of you can rent a house or maybe even rent a 3-bedroom apartment, and the three of you can move out. You said you'd only move into a place with other men who are also incel, and you've said that your 2 brothers are also incel. They're both kissless virgins and all that. They seem like the perfect roommates for you, plus their family. So why don't you talk to Noah and Jonah Holmes and ask them if they would want to pool their money together with you, and the 3 of you move out together. It seems like a good idea. That was a good idea Pembroke came up with. I don't know what the relationship is like with your brothers, but it seems good. I know that Noah works. I guess Noah's doing something for work. I forget. But you've said before that he works. I think Pembroke has too. And I don't know about Jonah, but I really think you should consider asking them if they would move out and the 3 of you could split the rent cost. It seems doable. You have 2 other people who are your family splitting the rent. You could probably afford that. Just don't be stupid with your money. You did buy a gaming console finally, I saw. I mean, it took you a long time. You even said it yourself in that video that, oh, I finally did get a gaming console for myself. I learned the hard way that nobody was going to buy it for me. Yeah, it took you fucking 7 years. You started back in 2017? Begging people on the internet who didn't know you to buy you a $10,000 gaming computer or the newest gaming console, and it never happened. So you finally, after 7 years, learned that lesson, got a job, saved up money, and bought the gaming console. So I hope you continue to realize that if you want these things, you need to work, save money, and buy it yourself, because no strangers on the internet are going to buy it for you. I know you're going to keep lamenting that, oh, well, I can't do OnlyFans or be a Twitch streamer or like a TikTok superstar or any of that stuff and make money on the internet. So it's just so fucking unfair, and people should just feel bad enough for me and give me money. It's not how it's going to fucking work, Marshall. Don't be a charity case. Get to work and save money if you want something. And you really think that these TikTok stars, Twitch streamers, OnlyFans models are going to be doing that for the rest of their lives? No, they're going to get older, and that well's going to dry up, and they're going to have to do something else. And you know what? I bet a lot of them are planning their next step now while they're still making boatloads of money on those platforms. One of the most popular girl Twitch streamers that's always in the mainstream is her name is Pokimane. I don't know if you've heard of her or not, but I mean, she's like been in movies and on TV and stuff like that. And she makes a lot of money on Twitch. It's like her, I think it's her full-time gig. And, you know, she's young right now, but you really think that somebody, or as many people, I should say, are going to be tuning in and watching her streams when she's in like her 50s or 60s? I don't think so. I think she knows that well will dry up, and she already has her next step planned after Twitch. She's probably setting money aside and investing it into like startups or the stock market or whatever, or is on the side pursuing education so that she can launch a relevant career to like her time on Twitch, maybe something in the media industry, to keep herself financially stable after Twitch dries up. And the OnlyFans models, they're probably taking some of the money from OnlyFans, and they're probably doing like the same stuff. They're pursuing education with it. They're just doing it as a side hustle, or they're investing the money. Because you do these things like Twitch, OnlyFans, TikTok videos, all that. And eventually when that well dries up and you don't have any kind of fallback or next step planned, what's going to happen? You're not going to be making money on these things anymore. And then you're going to realize that I have to go out and get an actual job. I can't rely on these platforms. I have to actually go out and get a 9-to-5 now. But then they're going to start panicking because they realize they've been doing these gigs on these platforms for so many years that I have no work experience. And what kind of job am I going to be able to get? Because I have no work experience. I'm not going to be able to make anywhere close to the same amount of money. And that's how they end up working at McDonald's. That's how they end up working these low-tier entry-level jobs alongside high schoolers when they're in their 40s or 50s, because they spent all that time doing Twitch, doing TikTok, doing YouTube, doing OnlyFans, and they didn't have a next step planned. They have no work experience to list on their resume, so they have to take a bottom-of-the-barrel job and work their way up at a very slow pace. So Marshall, you don't just look at it and see, oh, they're bringing in all these boatloads of money just by taking pictures of themselves or recording themselves playing video games. It's not a forever thing, and they have other things planned after it. Ask your sister Anna Holmes. Your sister Anna Holmes is on OnlyFans, and I have a really bad and disgusted feeling that you're probably subscribed to her OnlyFans and you probably get off to it. You sick fuck. Ask your sister Anna Holmes, who is a sex worker. Ask her, hey Anna, do you think you're going to be making money off of OnlyFans when you're in your 50s and 60s? She'll probably say no, and that I already have other things planned. I think she already does know that, because that's why she's doing the DJ thing. She knows it's not her whole life. She knows that when she gets older, the OnlyFans and sex work stuff isn't going to be paying the bills anymore. So Marshall, don't buy into this pipe dream that you can become a multimillionaire and never have to work again and live this cushy, luxurious lifestyle forever, is just as long as you get popular on one of these platforms, which it's not true. It's an illusion, Marshall, and it's never going to happen for you, especially because of all the shit you said about your sisters, about liking 14, 15-year-olds. As soon as you get popular, it would all come crashing down, because all this stuff's going to come out about you. So, in conclusion, just keep your head down, keep working, stop opening your big fat mouth on YouTube and making things worse for yourself. But if you do, we'll welcome it, because we're going to use what you tell us to make fun of you even further. Please consider moving out with Noah and Jonah Holmes. And just unsubscribe from your sister's OnlyFans. We know you're probably subscribed to it. I don't even want to know what kind of gross things you're doing to her pictures, or probably fantasizing about it. Oh, Marshall, you're fucking sick. This is Blazing Bad 420, and I'm out.